I'm coming for you, Lance.
John, John, we got Chris. We got Chris Myers on, man. What are you doing? Are you exercising in a polo?
Oh. Sorry, Finn, forgot about that. That's one of the many video calls we had scheduled today. My fault. Utilizing the work from home and maximizing on my workout potential, while also keeping really strong margins on my free time. So I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, hey, Chris. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, John. Hey, Finn. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it. It's good to see you guys.
So what's with everything with the virus? What's going on? How's Houston overall right now?
It's a lot more positive because we're all spread out. We're not getting a lot of, luckily, thank God, we're not getting a lot of major things that other people are experiencing. So we're pretty thankful. But everybody's, practicing social distancing, and everybody's, for the most part, working from home and abiding by the guidelines. And
I think of Houston, big open spaces, beautiful parks, and then all the awesome restaurants and bars. I assume all the restaurants and bars are closed for social distancing. Is that right?
Yes, Finn. Yeah, everything's pretty shut down. You know, they've got takeout and stuff like that at different restaurants and stuff like that. So down here in Houston, it's a lot of Mexican food and barbecue. So I'm sure there's a lot of folks that are waiting to get back. But people have come up with some creative ideas. A lot of the local Mexican restaurants that we like to frequent, they're actually serving margaritas with your order. You can pick up margaritas, and they'll actually throw in a bottle of tequila. So that has been a plus for some of the folks that we know, customers and friends alike, that are enjoying that. So that is
wow.
great.
They're gonna have a tough time peddling that one at offer back when all this settles down.
Yep. Oh yeah, for sure. But hey, brighten some folks' days, so it's working out, man, and helping local businesses and everybody pitching in, trying to help one another out, I think is a strong show, not only of the local market, but the country as a whole,
How are you guys dealing with this? How are you able to work from home? And I assume you got a lot of people out there balancing life with having to homeschool kids too. How are you guys handling this?
We are actually fully set up remote. Every single one of my people, inside and outside staff, has laptops with remote access. And a couple of years ago, when obviously the Hurricane Harvey came through, we took all of our stuff off site. So we've got a server here in the office, but it's also backed up off site. So we have full access. So we've got a lot of people here with a lot of small children. So that was our, not only the safety of our employees, but the employees' families are of the utmost importance to us. So right when this all went down, hey, nobody in the office. I was coming in a couple days a week just to check on things. We got a lot of people that are becoming teachers, as I know and I've got a 4-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 13, and an 18-year-old. So college all the way down to elementary, and so you've got all those. You got those kids working on multiple computers in the house. So the Wi-Fi has gone from being really good to being so-so. So I think that's hit a couple people here. So they've been calling, asking if they could come in because they want to get some of that good Wi-Fi we have at the office. So
the fact that you'd all be ready for this because of the hurricanes that you experienced, that's a really interesting take, and that's exactly the type of stuff that we're interested to hear as we try to jump around the industry and hear how it's affecting people. So Chris, another question for you here. I know everyone's number one concern is the lighting industry, but off of that, what do you think? There's a lot of chatter back and forth. What do you think is going to happen to like Major League Baseball, the NFL? Like, there's all these different talks about if it's going to go on, how it's going to go on. What do you think?
Obviously the major thing in the front of us is MLB. That's the one thing that's being really disrupted right now, right? So I think the season will go on in some form or fashion. I think it's got to. Obviously, I think it'll be a shortened season. We all kind of think that'll happen. I think they might start out with some games, probably not have anybody in the stands, and then slowly work it back in. Is what I'm thinking towards the late part of the summer. I think that's kind of how MLB will be. I think they'll stagger it. I think they're going to get into college football and NFL football hopefully a lot of this will be a little bit less than what it is now, and hopefully we'll be able to have those seasons with full crowds. But I see that happening very much the same if we get to that point. And since those players and coaches are of the utmost importance to those organizations, and they're gonna take the precautions, and the spectators and the fans that watch those sports as well. They're gonna make sure that all those people are safe. So I think it'll be opened back up in stages. What I'm thinking.
Yeah, it was. I was thinking about, neither of us are really fans of the Red Sox, but a stadium like Fenway Park, where it's that old historic stadium where the seats are so tight that, there's no way I think those will be packed. And I was thinking if they let only one every 6 people, get some New Yorkers going up there, it becomes a Yankees home game almost real quick. So.
Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You could see that happening. Absolutely. Man, that'd be ugly.
So that's pretty much all we have. So Chris, thank you so much for joining us here today. I think you gave us a real nice perspective to really help see how things are changing throughout the country and how the industry is addressing this. So
yeah, thanks, Chris.
Again, thanks for joining us, and take care.
No, thank you guys. It's great to see your faces. Hopefully we'll get together soon. But you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and hope your families are well.
Yours as well. Thank you. See ya.